Telegraph. Heat wave hot list. How to survive the Mediterranean melt. Well, it just makes you wonder, doesn't it? How we survive when we go into the Mediterranean on holiday. You know, how do we survive that? Oh, yeah, you know, we put sunscreen on. No aluminium in it, though. No. Bad aluminium. And we manage okay. So, the papers seem to be treating us as though we're idiots. You don't know how to look after yourself. You don't know that when it's hot, stay in the shade. Unless you want to get a suntan, of course, in which case, put some sun cream on. Or, better still, coconut oil. It's not just good for internal, it's good for external. It acts as a sunscreen. You can also mix a certain ingredient with it and make it into sunscreen. But that's a separate topic. Just not cricket. New county tournament could be 12-a-side. Who gives a shit? Vain men aren't real men. Okay, you mean like Charlie Boy? Yeah, because he looks like a real man, except he's never done his day's work in his life. Couldn't lift a frig... Oh, don't get me started on that. Johnson warned of ISIL death penalty risk. Former Foreign Secretary said jihadi Beatles deal could undermine Britain's opposition to execution. Well, that's because they plan on exterminating us all anyway. And whether these two guys in America are guilty or not, by them not saying no to the execution, they're saying yes, execute them. We are run by satanic terrorists. It ain't half hot, Mom. First red light zone fails to protect women. Well, what a shock. You make a prostitute zone and the prostitutes get abused. Well, that's just shocking. Who'd have thought that... Divorce bill, a blank cheque for Brussels. Of course it is. Or, here's a thought. We repeal the 72 Act and we're out. Oh, well, wait. You're forgetting the fact we're run in Parliament is full of satanic paedophiles. You're forgetting that fact. Douglas home kept in dark over Soviet spy. More children than ever are severely obese. Well, I wonder if that's due to the aspartame. What do you think? Yeah, I suspect it absolutely is. Productivity higher at foreign-owned firms. Get to... These rags are nothing more than dictatorships for the parasites. Daily fail. Hottest day of the year. Now get this. 33.3 degrees C. Yes, that Freemason number keeps popping up, doesn't it? Shocking. Which royal's lawn is still lush and green? Well, all of them, because they just ignore the water bank, because that's only for the slaves to pay attention to. The best handheld fans and cool boxes. The feminist who says women need to cover up. As nanny officials say stay inside, tourism chiefs fury at summer killjoys. Again, it's the papers treating you like you're a friggin' idiot. And you thought you were roasting. The picture, of course. You've got to get that the papers are there to treat you like an incompetent twat, because that's what they think you are. You're just a goyim cattle scumbag that needs to be told how to dress, when to go out in the sun, when to stay out from the sun. If anyone buys these shit papers, you want your head examining, because you've been programmed to buy this shit. Mirror. You stupid boy, Pike. Dad's army secret is out after 50 years. Britain in 95 Fahrenheit meltdown. Well, you know, many of us actually like the sun because it's the bringer of life to this planet. Without the sun, there would be no life. But hey, who cares, you know? It's bad and it causes this, and even though it's been absolutely proven, sunscreen with aluminium in it causes cancer. Met Office, stay out of sun, health warning. Hottest day of the year yesterday and more on way. Drought hits crops and food shortage fears. Fear, fear, fear. Oh, by the way, as you can probably see, zapping myself to try and get rid of this sinus problem. And as you can see, all it does is make your hand twitch a little bit. But what it does is kills all viruses and bacteria. So when they come with this bullshit about mad cow disease and bird flu and Ebola, which are all viruses, guess what kills them? Oh, it also makes colloidal silver, which also kills all viruses and bacteria. Well, go on. What a shock. There's nothing to be worried about. NHS breakthrough. Eye test to beat dementia. Simple checkup at opticians could spot early signs of the disease and halt it. Alternatively, take some coconut oil and halt it that way. The utterly despicable scum. Sweltering UK to hit 98 Fahrenheit apparently. The other one said 95. This is 3 degrees different, so it just shows you that the scum hasn't got a clue. PM, up to 3.5% rise for 1 million staff. Can anyone answer this question? Why we're allowing these Satanist scum shits to dictate how much we get, whilst they totally ignore it and pay themselves shitloads more? Does it feel like they're our servants or our masters to you? Yes, they think they're the masters, and guess what? When the uprising comes, they'll pay for their crimes. Hazard warning. Brits warned to stay indoors. You know what? You can do one. But nanny state blasted. Williams, changing face of Simon Cowell. Who gives a shit about the Freemason satanic piece of shit that he will be there? He's on the list, don't worry, he's on that friggin' list, alright, that you've all got. The Times. The lazy guide to exercise. How to cheat and still get fit. J-Lo and the return of the rom-com. Another Satanist. Dozens of twin babies die every year because of NHS failings. What a shock. So their execution side is working really well then. May. Willing to let jihad Britons face execution. Fate of terrorists sparks human rights row. Yeah, because of course everyone has a right to life, and this is them trying to destroy the human rights because they plan on destroying us and killing us all. They are working on it every single day. They're poisoning our food, poisoning our water, poisoning our beer, poisoning our air. But hey, you just ignore it because, you know, it's not going to affect you, is it? Again with the scum sucking, stay out of sun, public told as heat set to hit 35 degrees. You know, I work on this premise. You know, I go out in the sun, I'll maybe do some sunbathing, and when it gets too hot, I come back in. Because I have free will and a sense of, well, it's too hot for me, I'm going in. But for all those that are too friggin' stupid to figure that out, you've got the papers to make sure that it tells you. Because you're an idiot. According to them. I know you're not. Those that watch these videos don't know this shit is shit. But, you know, you do as the papers say. Because you can't, you're too idiotic to make up your own mind and realising, well, it's a bit hot, I'm going to go in now because I don't want to get sunburned. Although sunburn's better than putting the sun shit cream on that's got all the aluminium in it. The Guardian. 10 ways to beat the heat. See, you're an idiot, according to the papers. How to cure violent crime, the long read. Warning of threat from ISIS women. Home Secretary accused of making secret U-turn on the death penalty. Well, of course they have, because their plan is to exterminate us. But there's more of us than them, so maybe we should turn the tables on them and do it the other way round. Who are the two jihadis at the centre of the controversy? How Thatcher blacklisted subversive civil servants. And the picture. Children play in the sea on West Wittering Beach near Chichester on the first day of the school summer holidays. Well, this is what it used to be like, you know, 20 years ago. We used to have sunny days, sunny summers like this all the time, till they started chemtrailing them out. Because, of course, they know that if we have a lack of vitamin D, it causes all sorts of problems. So that's why they've been doing. And now they're allowing it, because you know what's coming. They're going to come with the global warming, or as they've renamed it now, climate change. This is what's called, oh look, it's the climate change. No, we've all sussed that you're a bunch of lying scumbags, and guess what? We're coming for you, scum, now. Oh yeah, your time's up. Stay out of the sun, Met Office alert as mercury rises again. Because you're all a bunch of incompetent idiots, according to the papers, you need to be told when it's warm. Ooh, we better tell them dumbasses it's hot out there, so tell them not to go in the sun, you know, because we care about them. We don't want them getting sunburnt because we're planning on killing them much more painfully than that. Although slowly kill the idiots. That's the plan. Always has been. Prince Charles put up fight over giving evidence about paedophile bishop. Because he's a paedophile. The real heat wave arrives. You mean what we've had so far has not been the normal summer then? Or is it what they're saying is that has been the normal summer, now this is a heat wave? Papers, you can't trust them as far as you can throw them. I was given more lines on the girls, so the girls didn't like me. Boris Johnson's dad, my son could be PM. Well, I think you'll find that me and my bold mate reported this 2 or 3 years ago now, that he was lining up for PM. Froome, I'd sacrifice 5th title to help Thomas win. Prescott, stands up for Corbyn on anti-Semitism. Return of the Quack. He charms women, but his beliefs risk children's health. Yasmin Alibani Brown. UK in death penalty row. Ministers relax Britain's opposition to capital punishment, but they hope ISIS terror suspects accused of hostage murders will go to prison. Yet they're saying, yeah, execute them. We're run by satanic Luciferian paedophiles. That's what the government are. UK will provide evidence without usual death penalty assurance that would get in way of justice. And by justice, of course, they mean justice, because they never get found guilty, because they own the courts, they own the government, they own the police. They're all Freemasons. Every Freemason needs exposing. Javid, Johnson and May agree on new policy. See, they're all in it together. There is no difference. You think one's on your side, then you've not been paying attention. Decision will haunt the government, warned Tory former Attorney General and Labour's Abbott. Metro. Macca's back at Abbey Road. Stars join Sir Paul for secret gig. Well, look at that. It's the guy that's been impersonating Paul McCartney for 50 years. What? That's not Paul McCartney? Yes, that's not Paul McCartney. And for all those that doubt me, get a copy of the book Musical Truth, or just do a little bit of research into Paul McCartney before he died in this car accident and after, and you'll see pictures of him with his then girlfriend, and they're the same height, and then after he dies and this one that's his lookalike took over, he's 6 inches taller. He's next to the same girlfriend, but he's 6 inches taller. How does that work? Because he's not Paul McCartney. He's an imposter. And of course, because he's an imposter, he does exactly as he's told by his handlers. Yes, that's not the real Paul McCartney. The real Paul McCartney died in 1965. But hey, don't believe a word I say. Check it out yourself. Prove me wrong. And I say that because I know you can't. No mercy. May backs Javid on death penalty. Javid wants to be on the death penalty line. He really does. All politicians do, especially those that get to any position of power, because they are all corrupt to the very core. We can't take the heat. Sun health alert. Stop being stubborn. Hunt warns the EU. Again, you're too incompetent to be able to know that it's hot outside. Maybe you should be careful. Oh wait, wow, it's hot out here. Maybe I should go in now. Oh no, you're incompetent to making that. The papers know that, and that's what they're saying. You're too incompetent to know when it's warm and know when to stay out the sun. Although the sun is very good for you, it gives you vitamin D. And what you shouldn't do after you've been in the sun, and you know you sweat, which is good, you shouldn't then wash that sweat off. That is good for you. Maybe a few hours later, or the next day, or before you get to bed. Yeah, that's fine. But that is good for you. That is, your body knows what's good for you. These scumbags haven't got a clue. Express. Minister's blueprint to beat loneliness epidemic. lonely. Are you? Well, we can always chat anyway, can't we? So, loneliness epidemic, that's them, because they have to stay, the scum, because they have to stay together, because they know that everyone else detests them, because they're a bunch of crooks. Green Goddess, transform yourself today with my 14 lessons for life. No thanks, I'm okay. As heatwave temperatures soar, incredible Met Office advises to stay out of the sun until Friday. Because you're too idiotic to know that it's too hot for you. Every single paper just about so far has said, you're a friggin' idiot, you don't know what to do, so we'll tell you. But remember, if you're telling anyone, you're spelling. You're casting spells. Telling is spelling. They are trying to entice you, put you under a spell. I know that all my subscribers and watchers know very well that when it's too hot, I'll come back in, or I'll go in the shade, and I'll just pop in and out of the sun. But according to the papers, you're too idiotic to know that. Unindependent. The West must come clean on arms sales. Well, you know, the video we put out yesterday exposing this shit. Trump's megaphone diplomacy with Iran. The one subject I know about myself. The only cyclist who can stop Team Sky. Khan bangs drum for change in Pakistan. Backlash over Britain's stance on death penalty. MPs condemn handing over ISIS killers to face execution in US. Those that are the executive branch of government or councils are all corrupt criminals, and their time's nearly up, and I'm going to enjoy their punishment. Hope you're watching leader of the City Council and CEO of this Nottingham criminal cartel, John Collins and Ian Currier. Your time's nearly up. You know it. And you ain't just resigning and walking away. You're paying for your crimes. Star. I'm ever so glad Corrie saved lives. Nice pair of tits, but apart from that... Danny Fury over Jack Girl lies. The lady was the turning in. She was an evil bitch. The amazing heatwave advice. Take the week off. Met Office. Stay indoors until Friday to beat 38 degrees. Oh, it's 38 now. It's been 35, 39, 38. They ain't got a clue, have they? Again, though, you're an idiot. So we'll tell you what to do. Financial Times. The Tory party cannot escape its Brexit trap. How far will big tech go to tackle digital addiction? Beware disquieting signals in US markets. In other words, as the crash is about to... Trump tweet spurs oil price roller coaster. Cut tax or face post-Brexit exodus, Treasury warned by Wall Street banks. Wall Street, you know, the criminals. Trump move gives New York an edge. UK seen as expensive place to do business. UK plans massive boost to take over reviews of national security grounds. All right, then we better put a D notice on it then, so no one else knows what's going on. So, in all the papers today, you're all a bunch of incompetent twats, and we need to tell you, don't go in the sun because you're incapable of making that choice for yourself. This is what they think of us.